Recently, I've been seeing articles on the internet saying there's a new film from Finland that takes place during World War II, and it is from the studio that brought us John Wick. After the great John Wick Chapter 4, I'm always ready for more gun mayhem. Now imagine this, with tanks, rifle, landmines, bullets that can split people in half, and of course, guns. Lots of guns. Count me in. So I rented it on Amazon, and I have to say, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Welcome back to Filmwego. Today, I would like to talk about Sisu, a Finnish action war film, a film that I had a great time watching, and I believe most viewers will have a fun time as well. Well, if you can get past the ridiculousness, because this film is quite outrageous at times. If you can enjoy the film as it is, yeah, it is a great little popcorn flick. Before we begin, you must be wondering, what does Sisu even mean? Well, Sisu, based on the film, is a Finnish word that is nearly untranslatable, but the closest meaning is a white-knuckle form of courage and unimaginable determination. Basically, it means someone who is unbreakable. That is our main character. Our main character is a man of few words, who's done with the war and wants to live his life in peace with his dog. Don't worry, nothing happens to his dog. One day, he unexpectedly finds gold, lots of them. Hoping to deposit them in the nearest bank, he travels to the city, but on the way, he encounters Nazis. I think you can guess where the film is headed. The Nazis take all his gold and leave him for dead. With nothing to lose, he sets out to destroy the whole platoon and take back what's rightfully his, because, you know why? He's a Sisu, and no one steals from a man who refuses to die. The film is labeled as similar to John Wick, but I'll be honest, I was a little disappointed in the John Wick aspect, as it isn't quite like that. However, I would say this is still terrific fun in other aspects. Think Rambo meets the Man with No Name trilogy, that's more like it. Oh, and also mixing some Tarantino vibes, that is the final product. If you're expecting gun fu, you're probably going to be let down. Let's restart the opening, as the film sets its tone and tells you what kind of ride you're about to get.
He's one mean motherfucker that you do not want to mess with.
With a deep voiceover that says, and I'm paraphrasing here, near the end of World War II, deep in the wilderness, lives a man who wants nothing to do with the war but to live in peace. You get what I mean. The camera then zooms in on our stern, manly main character, in close-up, which happens a lot in the film, while intense music plays in the background. That's basically the tone of the film. You know you're going to be in for a very over-the-top film, and you're either going to like it or hate it. I guess you can guess the latter for me. The first thing I realized about this film is how well it's color graded and shot. The stunning use of orange, blue, and white perfectly complement each other and is great to look at, creating that cold, gritty world of war. Very soon, the scenery introduces another element, red. As soon as the action takes place and blood is incorporated, some questions pop into my head as I realize one thing. Finland is a very flat country, so how are they going to create innovative fight scenes on flat land? How is our main character going to be able to hide when the land is so flat? Well, in some form of ways, that is where the film lacks a bit, as every scene takes place on flat land. It would be cool to see them utilize villages or abandoned towns to help elevate the fight scenes, but the film somehow manages to keep you engaged even when utilizing barren landscapes. Take the very first scene for example, an action scene that is so downright ridiculous that I could not help but put a smile on my face throughout. Our main character is surrounded by Nazis. Behind him are landmines in every direction.
How many mines did we bury here? All of them.
The land is of course flat. Where do you go? Well, somehow, without spoiling anything, the scene turned out to be really creative and over the top, with bodies blowing up and limbs landing on more landmines, causing more landmines to blow up. At one point, it turned into a landmine dodgeball game. Don't ask me how our character managed to disarm and pick up the mine, because if you question it, I don't quite think it makes sense. It is just so over the top that I find myself laughing when it is not even a comedy. Sisu is filled with moments like that. Our main character is always introduced to a situation that clearly would have killed anybody, but he's not anybody because he has stoic determination. That man wants his gold back, so just give it to him already. Although yes, it doesn't make sense. He should have died long ago. But this is actually what fueled the whole film. The concept of him not being able to die is what made the film such an enjoyable watch. Every time the Nazis think they've succeeded in killing him, only to watch him come back and taunt them, hint at his survival, and then later pop out to take them down one by one. It is just so satisfying.
We might have a problem.
It is great to watch Nazis panic. Yes, the film has terrible acting, terrible dialogues, and over-the-top delivery of lines. But in the end, did I go in to watch a deep or philosophical film with meaning? Nope. I went in because I wanted to see one man take down everybody, just like John Wick. And I guess in that aspect it delivered. This film is exactly what it is promoted as. Nothing more, nothing less. I think the first 15 minutes will tell if this film is right for your taste. Actually, I think some audience will turn it off after hearing the voiceover. But if you stick with it, just know that this film is on another level of over the top. Don't expect it to be grounded, and obey the laws of physics whatsoever. Because if you do that, you'll be picking apart this film for hours. Just enjoy it as it is. A man, a Sisu, who will do whatever it takes to get back what is his. Have you seen Sisu? Do you plan to see it? If you did, what did you think of it? Would you give this film a try? Comment below and let me know. And as always, subscribe for your next travel ticket.